dressed up for Sunday school. Your gloves and...
Diagnosed with multiple sclerosis at 18, Sally was determined not to let it rule her life.
This one was taken when you were in the Miss Australia quest. Remember that?
Yeah.
Work, overseas travel, marriage and children were all part of Sally's determination to carry on.
This is when you returned to Australia with Michael, and Katie was born when you were living in your own home at Millwall.
Yeah.
She's had quite a bright life, travelled quite considerably in between MS attacks.
According to Betty, Sally's mum, she was always independent.
Yes.
True.
True. A mind of her own. She wanted to be part of life, even though she was getting a little bit more limited. The hardest part was getting her to, or for Sally herself to accept the fact that she had to go into a wheelchair. She tried to be the same as everybody else as long as she could, and she took some very nasty tumbles.
At age 43, as a single mum with one child still at school, Sally found she was no longer able to live independently.
We eventually had to get some council help for her. Somebody would come in and do the cleaning and help her prepare the meals, but while she was trying to be independent, she took some very nasty burns, taking a roast dinner out of the oven.
Following a bad fall, Sally was hospitalised, initially for 3 weeks. Further complications meant this ended up being 7 months. After a long search for high residential care accommodation close to her children and family, Sally moved into the only place available, an aged care nursing home.
She was 46 when she went into a nursing home, and she was with people in their 80s and 90s. And whilst the staff was wonderful, they were very caring, she had nobody to sort of share with. It was just, she felt very isolated and out of place.
Sally summed up her life in one word: terrible.
Terrible.
They couldn't have been nicer or kinder to her, but it was just not suitable. You know, they settled down 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, and this one was ready to rage again. And have visitors and...
My kids.
After 2 unhappy years in the nursing home, Sally was placed in a newly opened community residential unit for people with MS. Sally has 24-hour care in a home she shares with 2 other residents similar to her own age.
This is Sally's room. So they're all involved in decision making here. They're involved in choosing a meal, and they help with the shopping lists and go out sometimes shopping.
Sally feels happier and more in control of her own life.
Obviously it's not as good as living in your own home, but when you have no choice, when you need the high care and you can't manage alone, it's a big decision, but it's well worthwhile because you know, it's very comfortable here and they treat it very well. Sally, do you want a cup of tea, doll?
Yeah.
Cup of tea or coffee? Cup of tea, right. They're in control, you know, they're not being told what to do, as you sometimes are in hospital or other accommodation. They make up their mind what they want to do, and it's respected.
It's twice. It's